Well, it's March 18th, and some of these seedlings have gotten to the point where I think we need to do a little upplanting. So, yeah, we got some room. Very pleased. Some of it I'm not so pleased. I think I'm going to have to start the marigolds over. I had them on heat mats, and it looks like they were stretching to get away from the heat. And so I might have to do more planting of those. And down here, got lettuce that should be in a larger container because it is pretty stretchy. This is a good size to transplant some basil. So, and I'm waiting for these are a bunch of tomatoes that I planted the other day. The seedlings are taking their time. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. Well, welcome to my channel, Mary Bourne ND. I appreciate you being here. Today, Gardening with Granny, we're going to talk about, well, the weather. Yeah, we had, and much of the country did too, a huge change in the weather. We went from beautiful 60-degree weather to snow. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. So yeah, so we've got snow. It has accumulated a little bit, and therefore planting in the ground or basically in ground raised beds, the soil is frozen. But in these beautiful green stalks, I have plants growing. I'm going to turn you around so you can see, or actually turn the camera around. So I have 3 green stalks, and they have different pocket sizes. There's 2 different pocket sizes. The one that is in the background there is called the leaf size, LEAF. And what that does is you can grow lettuce and spinach and all of those types of things. This one, you can see the size of the pocket is much bigger. And this is called the original. Now, I love my green stalks. This one has been planted. It practically right away went under cover because of the cold weather. But there are a good 20 pockets that have lettuce and spinach and different leafy vegetables that as soon as the weather is warm enough, those seeds will emerge. And right now I'm just kind of protecting it from the wind and the cold because I have my microphone on. You really can't hear the wind, but it is howling. You can see how the wind is taking it up and ballooning it. But these beautiful covers for the green stalk are amazing for letting you put seeds and plants in and protecting them like a greenhouse. Now, they are not going to totally protect. If I wanted to totally protect, I'd put a blanket over it and then the cover for the green stalk. But I can't talk enough about these beautiful covers. And right now, Green Stalk is having a sale until March 26th, I believe it is. I will put the times on the description below. And I don't have an affiliate member number that you can get a discount code, but I will also put my friend at that 1860s Homestead, Rachel, has a code, and I will put her code down there so you can get an additional $10 off. So in other words, you can get one of these in the new basket weave for only $99. Now, if you want free shipping, I would certainly add this cover. And I would also add the wheels. Um, my green stalks sit on this deck, and the sun rises here and sets in about 6 hours. There's no more sun. So in order to get really good sunlight, I need to turn these, and we turn them about every other day. So I think that they're really beneficial in that. Also, this year for Christmas, my husband gave me the rack that sits on one of the rows, and it extends it so you can grow peas, you can grow vining crops. So that's very exciting, and you'll see that if you join my channel and follow along with me with these green stalks. I do generally I do a once a month tour, and it includes the green stalks. So we're going to go down now and talk about the plants that I have in my planting area. So we're in my grow room area, which is actually part of my basement, and the lighting, of course, like most basements, is quite poor. And this is I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see this. So this is a little greenhouse that I got, I think, from Amazon. A couple years now I've had this, and we bought the lights. I went on MI Gardener, and he did a great talk about lights and what to look for, and he's a really good inspiration for any kind of growing with fruits and vegetables and that type of thing. But it's a great light system. It doesn't give off those purple or blue, so I can grow things here and it doesn't affect my eyes. And some of the things are doing really, really well, but tell you the truth, I need to do some fertilizing. So I purchased some fertilizer, and it should be arriving within well, this is Wednesday, it should be here by Friday. And then I can give these plants a little boost. Right now they're in a mixture of cocoa coir and my potting mix that I get from my nursery. Now these I just upplanted. Those are tomatoes. These are the yellow grape tomato, and so prolific. I love these little things. They're great tasting. You can make great sauce with them. But as you can see in the back there, I have more tomatoes coming. Have some cabbage, red cabbage that have grown. You can see that that's not me shaking. I have a fan going that helps the strengthen the little seedlings, and so we want to get them as strong as possible before planting them out. Pak choy, I just upplanted them yesterday, and we love pak choy. It is in the cabbage family, but it is delicious for greens, like in salads and that. I have a lupine that's coming, getting quite tall. I'm very pleased with it. But to tell you the truth, we can't plant outside until, well, they say May 5th, but basically I wait until Mother's Day, and then I plant outside. So we have some more things growing. But these particular containers, these blue from Bootstrap Farmer, I am totally unpleased with. They dry out too quickly. They have these slits on the sides, which are supposed to air prune, but the poor plants can't even get to the growing stage. They dry out. I'd have to be down here watering twice a day. I water every day, and it's still not enough for those. So here's some basil that I've upplanted. Very excited about that. And some spinach. You saw that earlier in the video. I called it lettuce, but it's spinach. And some federal. These are plum-like tomatoes, paste that make a wonderful sauce. This is, I call it Big Red W. Now this tomato is a good sized tomato that, let me switch you around. So it's a good sized tomato that is like a slicer. And the first year I grew it, I think it was 21. It was I couldn't find a label, so I just called it Big Red W because I live in Waterford and W is for Waterford. It was a big red tomato. So I gathered seeds from it, and then in 22 I grew it, and it grew lovely. Saved the seeds, grew it last year, and saved the seeds. And so this is the 4th year for this tomato, and the germination rate is incredible. I'd say it's like 100%. So I'm very pleased with it, although my goal is to do more paste tomatoes. So I probably will be giving a great deal of the plants away. My sister, my nail tech, a couple of other people have asked me to grow for them, and so that's who I'll be giving those tomatoes too. So let me show you the mixture I use and my setup for filling the trays. So this is the potting, my potting mix that I put everything in to put soil in my seed trays. I've been using this container. I'm happy. These I got also at Bootstrap Farmer, and I'm very happy with these. They fit in that little tray like that. And my setup doesn't allow for a lot of plants, like one tray per shelf. So I have to be careful about what I upplant to, and can't start my seeds too early because then I'll be jammed up with plants and no place to put them. So what I use is 50%. This is cocoa coir that I got from my gardener. Let me tell you, I have tried several ways to get this separated. I've chiseled it. I've taken a claw hammer to it. It is not easy to get apart. Once it's wet down, it is beautiful, but cocoa coir really doesn't have any nutrition in it at all. So I also then use 50% of this mixture, which I get from my local garden, Bourdain's garden place, and I really like it. I used just this last year and had good success. But like most garden soil, potting soil, it has little bits of sticks and unbroken things that aren't broken down fine. And instead of sifting it all out, I simply put it in here, 50% of the cocoa coir and 50% of the potting mix. And then I wet it down, and usually I do this the night before, and I put this bag over it to keep it wet so that the next day I can have some really nice moist soil to plant my plants in. Now what I put in my water is, this is hydrogen peroxide, and I've seen this, the Rustic Gardener recommends this. I've seen it on several things where you add some hydrogen peroxide to your water, and then the water is oxygenated and helps with the plants to keep them from getting any bugs in it. The last 2 years, knock on wood, I've not been bothered by gnats fungus or any of that. And I really attribute it to this. Basically, this is a 3% solution. You can get it most anywhere. And so it's a 3% solution that I add 4 drops to a 2-gallon container. So 2 drops to a gallon container. And that has been remarkable for me. So I can keep away the fungus gnats and basically there's nothing flying around there. And I'm very pleased about it. So that's it. That's my grow station. That's where I am right now. And I plan to do some more planting of marigolds because those unfortunately dried out, failed miserably. And I'm going to obviously switch to a different container. So that's it for the 20th of March.